Yeah, good evening to all. I'm Gaurav Pandey, your mentor, your Gaurav here, and today we'll solve another problem statement in our string series. So before I move ahead, do let me know, am I audible and visible to everybody? Am I audible and visible to all? I'm just looking at the charts. Okay, do let me know. Just waiting for the responses, then we'll begin. Okay, Sreta. Again, the attendance is very poor. I don't know why, but no worries, yeah. In life, I guess if something matters to be successful, that is consistency. So those are not coming regularly live. I request them to come live regularly because only then you'll grab everything from this live. Okay, but no worries. We have a problem statement today, and that number of belled words in a sentence. Even if that problem already has been asked in Amazon, but not in a lot of companies. But this problem statement has a lot of patterns. That's why I wanted to cover this. Okay, you'll have a deeper understanding of strings and string manipulation, right? I've taken this problem statement. Okay, so now here again we'll go to the problem statement. This looks easy, but trust me, this is not that easy. This looks easy, but this is not that easy. Okay, so now let's read the problem statement. In problem statement they have mentioned a sentence which consists of lowercase letters. In a sentence you will have lowercase letters. Fine. What? A to Z, digits, hyphens and punctuations and spaces only. Okay, so these things we will have in the sentence. Again, each sentence can be broken down into one or more tokens separated by one or more spaces. So the thing is that they're mentioning that in sentence we will have multiple words. So they call it tokens. Okay, they call it tokens. Cool, yeah. And they will be broken down to separate more spaces. Tokens means separate words. Now a token is a valid word if all three of the following are true. Okay, which means that it only contains lowercase letters. Means now this is the most important time where you read the problem statement. You need to understand which will be a valid token. Okay, so valid token will be if that follows the following condition. First thing, it contains only lowercase letters, which means that you cannot have the uppercase letters in the whole string. Cool. Again, hyphens, punctuations, and no digit means that particular token or word will only have the lowercase letters, right? Lowercase letters, hyphens, punctuations like full stop, comma, or something, but digits will not be there. That is a strict rule. Rule number one. Rule number two, there is at most one hyphen, means maximum you will have one hyphen. Then, if present, it must be surrounded by lowercase letters. Means if you have hyphen, then fine, but this must be surrounded by lowercase letters. Okay. Now, check is valid, but again, if this is a scene like you're getting a hyphen ab, that is not a valid case because you are having hyphen at starting, again ab hyphen at the end, that is also not a valid case. Okay, so these are not valid. So now you have understood two cases that word will have or the token will have only lowercase letters, hyphen, punctuation marks, but digit will not be there. Rule number one. Rule number two, if there is a hyphen present, that should be maximum one hyphen. First thing. Second thing, and that should be covered with the lowercase letters. It cannot come at start, it cannot come at end. I hope this makes sense till now. Right. And the third condition they have mentioned, there is at most one punctuation marks, means maximum punctuation marks you will have one. Now if present, it must be end of the token. Okay, so like if punctuation is available, like you have this thing, these things, these punctuations, if you have these punctuations, they should come at the end only. Okay, they cannot be in the mid, they cannot be in the start or anywhere. They'll be always in the at the end. Only then that particular token will be a valid token. Okay, if present must be at the end, means like this. Okay, like this comma is available, this is at end. Again, look at this exclamatory mark is available, that is also at the end. Again, this should be at the end, but if you see, this is not a valid, this is not a valid. Like you have two punctuation marks. Look at this in this same, right? So now I hope you understood what is valid token. Valid token means you will have lowercase letters only, again you will have a hyphen, you will have punctuation marks, right? And but you cannot have the numbers. You cannot have the numbers. So that's the first rule. Second rule: if hyphen is present, that should be at mid only. Cannot be at starting, cannot be at end, and maximum hyphen possible. That is one. Third thing, that is that particular, like if you have the punctuations, there should be maximum one punctuation mark, and that should come at the end of the word, right? That should come at the end of the word. Makes sense here. Again, anyway, anywhere, if you want this live, then please be stay till the end of the live, because I want, when people are really appreciating the hard work of somebody, then it mean to, right? Otherwise, I guess it's a waste of time. That shouldn't come in my brain, right? Cool, yeah. So now, for example, we have this sentence. How you can check all the tokens that are available in this sentence are valid? So what we have to do, the step number one, we have to, I'll just take the PPT, and there I'll tell you what we can do for this, right? Not this one. Cool, yeah. So here, what I will do is that I have that word. Okay, I have that word. Let's go. That word was, what was that word? That word was cat and dog. Okay, that sentence was cat and dog. Correct? You have like this. How you can check these things are valid things? So the first thing is that we need to access these words. So access the word, first thing. Second thing, like you need these words separately. Once you have these words, you have to check your rules. First you need to access token, right? Access token. Once you have accessed this, once you have accessed this, then what you have to do, you have to check the three rules, right? Means it should only have lowercase letters, lowercase, then hyphen and punctuation, right? Nothing more than that. Punctuation, right? Number should not be there. Number should not be there. Again, if you have hyphen, to maximum one hyphen you can have, right? Maximum one hyphen you can have, but that should in mid, cannot be at start, cannot be at end. The third condition we have, that if you have punctuation, that should come at the end, right? Punctuation should be where? At the end. So these three conditions we have to check. So now we understand what we have to do. We have to convert the sentence by which we can access the token. For example, I'll write code in three languages, in Java, Python, C++. So for example, in Java, we will convert this particular sentence into an array. Then we'll access these words. We'll access these words. Okay. And once we will have the access of these words, we'll create a function. That function will check these three conditions, and accordingly will tell us if it's a valid token or not. Now I hope yeah, the logic is clear. The logic is pretty clear that what we are going to do. What we are going to do. And again, trust me, this particular problem will teach you a lot of things about the strings in every language, right? Because anyway, I'll write the code in three languages. Okay, so now let's go. Here I'll choose the Java first, and then here what I need is, tell me what I need. I need to convert that whole complete sentence to a array, right? Yes or no? So what I will do, that I will write a array here, a string array. Okay, and string array, and that string array will contain what? The strings. So I'll just use a split method to convert a particular sentence into the words of array, because I'm giving a space here, so this will convert that sentence to the words, like array of words, right? So you will have like cat in double quotes, then comma, then again and in double quotes, and dog in double quotes. So that's how this will convert it to an array of words. Once you have this, what you all need, you need to iterate it, right? You need to access each and every possible token. So you will have one loop here. For example, I'm having a for each loop or something. So string, let's suppose I have str, and I will iterate my arr. Okay, and now I need a condition that will check, like I'll create one method, for example check method, where I'm passing this str. If that means this, in this check method, I will have my all these three rules. Okay, I will have all my three rules in this particular thing. Okay, in this particular thing I will have, just 1 second, I guess my webcam is being disconnected or something. Yes, now working fine. Okay, so now here what I'll do, I'll create a method that will check a string is a valid token or not. If that is a valid token, what I'll do, I'll create another variable to count like how many valid tokens are there. Okay, so count at initial, this will be 0, and again if that is a valid token, then what I will do, I'll do count plus plus, count plus plus. So this is how we'll count the valid tokens, and at the end I will return the count. Sounds easy, but you need to create this check method, and this check method itself is a good story. Okay, means you need to follow all these three rules, right? You need to implement these rules. So now here I'll create another method, public, that will return a boolean value. Anyhow, we are utilizing like a boolean value, right? So here that will return a boolean value. So return type is boolean, and the method name is check. The method name is check, and this is receiving a string. So a string str, I'm assuming, and then what I will have here, I'll start checking. Like first thing is that bird should not be empty word. We should not have an empty space. So I'll check like a string dot length. This should not be, or at starting I can take the length something, right? Because later on I'll use this length multiple time. So here I can have one thing, n is the length of the string. So a string in that str dot length. So n is the length of that particular word. Again, if that n is 0, tell me what I will what I will say. False, yes or no? That is not a valid token, because empty token, how it can be a valid token, right? So I'll return false. First thing, first rule. Right now check, you will check what? You will check like, is this particular thing containing digits or not? So before you check, you need to iterate your whole string, right? Then you will check particular character, like that particular character is digit or not, right? So for that purpose, what I will do, I will have one for loop, and that for loop will iterate our string, this particular thing, our string, that bird we have, right? So I'll start from 0 index, and I is equals to 0, I is less than what? That n, that length of the string, and I plus plus. And here what I will do is that I will check that if, and again what I need a character. I need character from that particular string, yes or no? Right now we have a string. For example, in this cat and dog we have the cat. So from this particular cat bird I need that character. So how will I have that? I'll have it starting, because I don't want to write multiple places. So let's suppose c character we have, and str dot, yeah, you have to hear me very carefully, only then you'll understand this problem statement. Okay, so now str dot char at caret I. So we have access the character from the bird. Now you'll check. That character dot character, spelling is wrong. Character dot is digit. If that particular thing is digit, like the character that we are accessing from that bird, if that is digit, like this, if this C is digit, in that case, what will say? Tell me what will say? Will say return false. Return false. Again, if that is not a digit, that we have handled, only this thing, like no digit, this thing we have handled, right? Then what we have to check? We have to check with these two conditions as well, so now here I will write else if, right? So what I will do is that, again the condition is that you can have maximum one hyphen and maximum one punctuation. So I will have two variables here. The variables are like, what I can have, probably here I can define like int. Let's suppose a hyphen variable I'm defining. At the starting we have 0 hyphens, and again in punctuations we have maximum, let's suppose I like pun. Okay, so we have 0 at the starting. I'm assuming we have 0 hyphen in our bird, in our token, or 0 punctuation. Now what I will do, here I will check, if that character is hyphen. Okay, if that character is hyphen, then what should be the condition? If that character is hyphen, then you have to check. You have to write another conditions. The condition should be, if that particular character is in hyphen, you have to check, is your I 0? Means that hyphen is available at starting. Yes or no? Or is your I is n minus 1, means pointing out to where? Pointing out to the last character. Is this the thing? Either you have the starting, means hyphen is available at starting, or hyphen is available at the last. If that is the thing, will return false. Yes or no? Again, what is the next thing? If that is not a case, that is not a case, then check, is it a complete lowercase letter or something else, right? If something else, then we'll return false. So here we will have like not character, not character dot, we can check for the lowercase. If that is not a character or like lowercase letter, then what we can do, tell me what we can do, we can return false in that case as well. So I just want to access that particular, when you have this hyphen, that hyphen means that hyphen where it is joining, like even if this is in mid, but that's a join with the help of only what, with the help of only characters, not the numbers, not the other symbols, right? So that's what we want to eliminate from here. So what we will do is that we will have str, what I want, that str dot char at where the hyphen is available. So the first character before hyphen and after hyphen, you must have a lowercase. Like you must have what, you have must have a lowercase letter. So this is what you will do. Cool, yeah. So now what we'll do is that here we'll write a caret where the one character before. So caret, basically I minus one, and the another thing that should be true. The another thing that should be true is that we will have the right character also as a lowercase letter, right? If that is not true, we'll return false. If that is not true, we'll return false. I hope this makes sense here. I hope this makes sense. So this will be I plus one, because hyphen is available on the ith point. Yes or no? Hyphen is available on the ith point, correct? And if that ith point means here is the hyphen. If that I minus one, I plus one is not a lowercase letter, we'll return what? We'll return false. So in these scenarios, we return false. In these scenarios, we will return false. Cool, yeah. Now, now what I will do, this hyphen case we have handled properly, and now we comes to the another step, that is else if we have the punctuations, right? If we have the punctuations, which means that C is either pointing out to what? Either C is pointing out to dot, or what, or C is pointing out to explanatory, because they have mentioned only three punctuations, this explanatory, or what is the possibility that C is pointing out to what, the comma, right? The comma. If that is a case, if that is a case, but you again, what what we haven't handled here, that if that is a hyphen, then that time we'll do hyphen plus plus, because hyphen cannot be more than one. More than one hyphen is not possible, and we already have defined a variable hyphen which is pointing out to zero. Here you will do what? Here you will do again this punctuation plus plus. So punctuation can also not be more than one. So punctuation plus plus. But where you have checked this condition, here you can check that if this hyphen is greater than one, in that case also will return false. In that case also will return false. And I hope or operator everybody already understand, right? Everybody already understand. Again, if that is a scene that you have the punctuation, then check your punctuation should not be more than one. First condition. Second thing, that should point out to end, right? That should be the end of that particular word. If that is something else, means if that is not end, if that is not end, how will you identify end? Means this I should be equals to what? Like we can write here, like if I is not equals to n minus 1. Make sense? Means this is not a last pointer. This is not a the last character in the word. If that is the case, we'll return false. So successfully, we have handled all the three conditions that they have given to us. Right? At the end, if we are not getting false, so at the end we'll return what? We'll return true. We will return true. Return true. Yeah, treat it like an offline class. I don't know why you're not engaging, but I hope I guess you had a good opportunity as of now, right? I wish somebody would help me when I was in college like this, but unfortunately I didn't had anyone. But you have, then please utilize. Oh, what's mentioning like what it cannot have, cannot find symbol lowercase. Okay, that is mm, I guess is lowercase is a method. Okay, is lowercase is a method. Yes, directly lowercase is not available in Java. This is the problem for working with the multiple languages at a time. Because every language has the same method, just changing different. Like this is working fine. Okay. So now if you'll submit this, now if you'll submit, yeah, if somebody need a dry run, then please do let me know. If somebody needs a dry run, please do let me know. Uh-huh. Now which test case it is not working? It's mentioning like but expected zero. If the sentence is A hyphen B means something is here. We have mentioned properly something. If hyphen in that case obviously we should return false. How this is coming? Probably I'll check again. So we are taking with the length, right? This should be if length is zero, we are returning false. We are iterating our whole character. We are accessing the character from the string. Makes sense. We have starting this thing. We are checking is this a digit. If that is a digit, we'll return directly false. Otherwise, we'll come back here and we will check. We will check if that particular character we are getting is hyphen. In that case, we'll do hyphen plus plus. And again, if this hyphen is greater than one, right, that time will return false. We will not go anywhere. So why this is not working? Again, if that I is pointing out to n minus 1, right, that is pointing out to n, is this not working because of this or something? Hmm? If that is pointing out to the last character, that time also will return false. And we will check for what? We will check if that previous character where the hyphen is available is not lowercase will return false. And again if the character just after that particular hyphen is not, that then will return false. But if this is not a scenario, this is not scenario, then we'll check for the punctuation simply, right? So I think hyphen should be declared outside, not in for loop. Hyphen which you're talking about, we are talking about this particular thing. Oh, you're correct. The thing is that we are not, we are checking for a specific word. You're very correct. That is the problem. So we can define the both the variables outside. So now because here this is checking for only that particular word, not the whole word, because this is a single word only. This is a single word only. Very correct. I always appreciate how you observe the code here. This is how I want that everybody who are coming here, they're observing, they're not just watching. Trust me, Sretha, you will have amazing problem solving skills when you will keep watching this particular series. Look at this longer code, you were able to figure out like what is the actual problem is. Anyway, okay. Now cool. Now cool. Yeah, now we'll convert the same code to what? I'll convert the same code to C++. Okay. So I'll just copy this check method because rest code we'll have in the C++. This method we have, and here I want to paste that my check method. Okay. I'll paste my check method. So here are a few changes. You don't use directly public here. You have already a public keyword here to define, make it public, but you don't have the boolean thing directly. You have bool as a data type. The s should be smaller, not capital, and resting is same. So the length is proper fine. Again, the thing is that you don't have caret in C++. What you have, tell me what you have. You have the square brackets, right? I guess every day you hear me that we do a conversion, right? Right now, at this point of time, everybody is already good in that. So now here you don't have character class by which you are accessing this. You will have directly is digit method. Okay. And now again here also is digit we are checking. Again here also you don't have this character dot is lowercase. Okay, you will have directly is lower method uh, in C++, age lower. Okay, again same thing for this. You will remove the character and again you will check. You will check for lower, right? If that is not lower, that time we'll do what? We'll say false. Correct. Now, I guess we have done the conversion according to the C++ in this particular thing. Now we'll come back here. Now we'll come back here. And what I want is that I have to convert this sentence again to the words. But the problem with C++, you don't have the split method directly. So what I'll do, there is one method I stream string. Okay, stream string, there is a one thing, and then you can have that. So probably I will have that string, and that stream name is words. Okay, for example, when we are converting the sentence to a stream, input stream, and that input stream will enter the value. Okay, so right now I have count is equals to 0, and what I will do is that I will have one while loop, and with the hello when this stream will have the value, so that time I need a word or a string, anything that I want to pass. Okay, so now here what I will have one, let's suppose str. Right now the str is empty, but here I want to assign the values to it. Okay, so I will have my birds. From the birds I will assign the birds, means the tokens, to str, and now str is getting the values. And once it is getting the value, I will pass in the if condition, that if check what, if check str, if that will come true, we'll do count plus plus. Means check will give you what, check will give you the number of valid tokens. So if you will have the number of, if a particular token is valid, you will do count plus plus, right? At the end we'll return our count, and that will be our answer. We will return what, we'll return count. So this is how you write code in C++. I don't think so there are people of C++ and Python. I'm just writing or what? Oh, somewhere I've used caret, line number 16, where it is. Caret, caret, no, you don't have the caret. Okay, you have the square notation in C++. So I'll remove this, I will have this notation only. Similar for this, we don't have that particular thing, right? In C++, we have this square notation only. So I'll run this code again, and probably this should work. Now what is the problem? Unknown. Oh, that is I string stream. I string stream. Okay, I guess now this would work. str, no variable conversion from int to string. Where we're converting. Oh, that was a string only, not integer. Now, now the whole conversion I guess done. Yes. Now the whole conversion has done. Okay. Now we'll write the code in Python. Yeah, is there somebody who is good in Python? Like they are coming here to solve the question in Python only, or I'm just writing. I just want to understand. Because previously people are requesting for Python, Python, Python. But right nowadays, when we goes to the Python, I see a massive audience drop. Yeah, I need that method, but how will I have? Probably I'll paste it here. Not there. I will paste it here. Okay, but I have to convert that to a Python method basically. So I'll copy this method, and I will replace with this method that we have. And the data type it will return is the boolean. The data it will return is the boolean bool, and the method name was check. The method name was check in Python. Okay, the method name is check in Python. Again, you don't have the length method in Python. You will have len method, and here you will write str. Okay, I'll remove this thing. Clear. Now again, you don't have this curly braces. You have colon, and you don't have this small f. You have capital F in Python. Don't have this semicolon. You will not have this particular thing. And again, you don't have this semicolon. You will not have the data type. Okay, and you do not have this normal for loop. You will have a loop for I in range of n, if we have already, right, at top we have taken the length of that particular thing, that particular token, right? And right now you don't have this character data type, you will have like this only. And again you will have this colon, and the thing is that you do not have this is digit like this. What you will do is that you will write c dot is digit. Okay, c dot age digit method. This is the method in Python. And again you will not have this semicolon, you will have the false thing. And here you don't have what, you don't have this else thing, you have elif. In matching the condition, you will not have the semicolon, you will have the colon at the place of this. And you don't have this plus plus, you have plus equals to 1. And then here, you don't have this or directly. What do you have? Tell me. You have the or, right? You write the or. A few people will learn the Python and C++ while learning this. Right? And at the place of not, will write not only. But you don't have directly this lower method. You will have this is lower method, but by pointing out to this, not within this. Okay, dot that method is lower. Okay, that method is lower. So it's checking like is this a particular thing. If that is not a lower, then we'll return what? We'll return false. Or when we'll remove this, we will have not. And again, what you'll do, you'll remove this as a lower method, correct only, and then you'll remove this as well. Dot is lower you will have, correct. So this is how you have converted this particular thing. And now I'll convert this curly braces to colon, and I'll remove this. I will remove this also. And now I hope the indentation is correct here in Python. That is also important, right? In Python, indentation matters a lot. So now, or I will have here at the place of this or operator, and you don't have this plus plus, you have plus which equals to 1, you don't have this, you have or, right? You will not have this, you will have not this, you will have colon, you will remove this, you will again remove this. Then false, you have capital F, not the small f, okay, and you don't have this. Now you'll remove this. I hope your the indentation is perfectly fine. This is what I'm expecting, otherwise we have to fix it later. So now we have to convert that again sentence to one list. So what I will do is that I will have one list name as, let's suppose, ARR, and in this ARR I'm storing that particular thing. What we call, we have sentence dot split. Okay, and now once this is done, I need the count variable. That count will be 0 at its starting. Then what I need another for loop, and that for loop will have that string from where? It will have the string from what we call, this will have the string from this ARR, right? So in ARR, right, we will have the strings. And again, I want to check here if, and now you cannot have directly that check method, you have to use self dot the check method. There we are passing what we are passing string. If that particular token is valid, then do count plus plus. Otherwise, means count plus is equals to 1. Otherwise, just leave it. And at the end, you will return. At the end, you will you will return what? Tell me. You will return your count. Yes or no? You will return your count. I guess there was nobody from the Python. That's what I can see from here. There was no one from the Python. Oh, again, expected at line number 18. We'll have this. Okay, so here you don't have this else, you have elif. You have what? You have elif. Anything else? No. I guess rest we have done. Rest we have done. Oh, indentation level. Oh, now where is the problem? Indentation level in line number 27. Why? This should be good. This should be as expected. I hope there is no problem. But there is an indentation, there is a problem. This, I guess here I'm taking the correct things. No, here I'm taking this sentence. Here I need str, the first important thing. I need str. That is a but only, right? And where the indentation problem. Mhm. That problem is coming here. Indentation does not match. Which indentation is not matching? This indentation is not matching. Okay. Now I guess this will match. Now again, at place of true, we haven't make it capital. So now this should be line number 25. I guess this should be fixed now. We have done that. Yes, this is fine. This is proper fine. And Yeah, if there is somebody from the Python, then do let me know. Otherwise, I'll stop writing the code in Python. So I think, hmm, okay. If there's somebody from the Python and C++, do let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll stop writing the code in those languages. Again, if you really enjoyed this particular live, like the video, okay, and again share with your friends so which we can have more people. If you're coming for very first time, subscribe it because you will have the further updates on hirings, on content, on a lot of things. Cool, yeah. Then see you in the next live. See you in the next live. And for learning DSA and problem solving, you have to be consistent. So please join the live on time. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.